Hello and welcome back to yet another Sunday with me, Fellonius the Wizard. I want to talk about old flames. Now, I'm not totally sure that we have the same definition, so I'm going to be clear. Old flames for me are those ladies, girls, very young girls even, that I had some sort of interest in, were together with in some sort of sense back in the days. It's not the exes, the ones that you have had some long time relationship with, perhaps even got married to or whatever it is. They are exes. They might get to the old flame stuff when you're old enough, 90, 100, but they are exes mostly. And then if you have children together, they are also exes. And if you have something else in relation, it's the long time relationships that's not a old flame. And they are most likely not old flames until it's gone some time. Perhaps it is that little lady in 3rd grade which you were following home from school. Yes, you were James Bond as well. You wanted to see where she lived. She didn't know that you were there. No. Oh yeah. Suddenly you realized that she and her 2 girlfriends were laughing their behinds off because they knew where you were. Perhaps that's the one. Or it might actually be that lady that totally hated you, but you loved her in your class. The lady who was perhaps, could it be like 12, 13 years of age? Perhaps she was, the one that you did want to live with that one at 13 years of age. And then she hated you, of course. They always do, those ladies. And then suddenly you had to dance with each other on a school ball that someone was forcing you to do. You had no way of just avoiding it. Of course, I did like it, but the poor lady didn't. Poor her. Or perhaps it was that young lady who suddenly sat in your car and just was going around with you for a couple of months during a summer. It's a bit strange to think of her now in behind, because why would you go inside an old Volkswagen just to stop from walking from place to place? I wasn't that interesting. Now in retrospect I know why. It can also be that lady who you thought had the same music taste as you. You were both into Simon and Garfunkel, until, of course, you realized that it was her mother's albums you were listening to, and it was her mother who had that interest. Yeah, some things aren't very funny. There are so many different ladies out there, and well, wherever they get to, where are they now? And when you get to that point, when you suddenly start to think about them as, what do they do today? You might actually think better of them, whatever you have. So wherever Boel, Karina, Marianne, and even Britt-Marie, the poor little lady who I suddenly became, well, she became some sort of handbag I have to hold because her foster sister was up dancing with my brother. So I was standing there and suddenly she was in love with me for the one reason only, that I was standing next to her. Sometimes you don't get it. Well, no matter what, if you sit down and think about them now in retrospect, perhaps you can find them. Of course you can, at least in Sweden. It's a very tiny country. But even if you don't, they are exes. They are old flames. And you always see these old flames in a very warm, positive light. And there is only one little thing. You know for a fact there won't be any more old flames. Getting old sucks. Bye for today.